Hello everyone, in this TheriSeeker tutorial number 18, we will see the principle of the BCI test, the BCI equivalent circuit, the primary inductance of the F140 probe, and we will start a physical model of this probe. The target of the BCI test is to generate a common mode signal in the communication bus. As a current circulates in the loop made with the bus and ground, see the red line, the bulk of the NMOS injects current because the bulk diode is biased indirect. This is the origin of the BCI name bulk current injection. The common mode signal is generated with a probe driven by a 50 ohm source voltage. The probe has a huge ferrite core with a single primary turn, NP equal 1. The secondary circuit is done with a single loop bus plus ground, NS equal 1. So the system probe plus bus do a transformer with a ratio of N equal 1. The picture shows a real BCI test with the probe, the bus, the ground, and both circuits under test. As we saw in the TheriSeeker tutorial number 9, Golar named initially the transformer as a secondary generator, which means if the transformer is driven by a source voltage, the secondary will be also a floating source voltage. As in this case the transformer ratio is 1, we can assume that a floating source voltage with a 50 ohm impedance is placed in series in the communication line. The floating voltage will be split in two voltages in opposite phase on both terminations. As this BCI test is mandatory to qualify the communication bus, plenty of people are using it. But believe me, not too much people understand really well how the BCI system works. The more common error came from the confusion between current injection in the BCI name and current source. So they imagine that a current source is set in series with the communication bus, but based on the transformer knowledge, we know that the source in series with the bus is a voltage source forcing a voltage and not a current. I saw also people which believe the current source was injecting on both resistance terminations in parallel. But this is wrong for sure because it is easy to measure in the bench lab that both terminations signals are in opposite phase. A third example shows a good schematic with coil coupled to do a transformer, but with a wrong comment with the phrase BCI current generator coil, as we assume that coil can be equivalent to a current source. The assumption is right, except when the coil is part of the transformer. In this case, the coil can be replaced by a source voltage. But the main question is how much voltage we have to apply on the probe input. To answer to this question, we need first to do a model of the BCI system, including the calibration. This slide is to have a quick reminder of the Ampere's law and how to do an electrical model of the magnetic circuit. A quick reminder of the inductor physical model with the electrical side, U and I, and the magnetic side, U equal N times I and reluctance. I is multiplied by N and applied to the reluctance. Measure the reluctance current means magnetic flux. Do the flux derivation. This flux derivation is multiplied by N to generate the voltage across the inductance. This is a physical model started with the current I, then N times I, then get the magnetic flux with the inverse of the reluctance and do N times the flux derivation. Now the SPICE circuit adapted to the F140 probe with electric side and the IP current applied as a voltage source across the reluctance U equal IP because NP equal 1. Take the flux and do the flux derivation. An estimation of the ferrite core gives a length capital L of 250 mm, a rectangular section A of 1100 micrometer square with an μr of 680. With those data, we have a reductance of 263 K. The single primary turn in red is the electric side of the model. With the low-frequency impedance analyzer, we measure the probe inductance and we simulated the input impedance of the probe physical model. At 10 kHz, we have an impedance of 0.23 ohms and 23.8 ohms at 1 MHz. The model fit very well at 10 kHz and 1 MHz. The primary inductance LP is around 3.8 microhenry. Unfortunately, the simulation does not fit with a real measure when the frequency is higher than 3 MHz. As we saw in the TRC car tutorial number 15, in frequency domain, the half slope is the signature of eddy current or ferrite losses. I want to thank you for your attention. On my next TRC car tutorial number 19, we will continue the probe model with ferrite losses and the leakage inductance. See you soon and stay tuned.